question, whether you live in New Tampa, you live in West Chase, live in South County, Carrollwood, Town and Country, wherever you live in the county, we have to deal with transportation problems. And in part because for a long time, the case was made that sprawl pays for itself. That we can continue to grow out horizontally, and I talked with staff yesterday at length about this. Has our growth paid for itself? And the answer has been no. All the questions that are being raised now that should be raised have also been raised extensively over a period of 3 years by each member here, their representative, who voted for the task force recommendation. Nobody, including myself, I can't speak for all the board members, but I know where I was. I did not walk in there saying, I want to support a tax increase, let alone a 1 cent increase. There had been discussion about a ½ cent. We talked about impact transit itself. We were looking at just transportation. How are we going to deal with this mess? And we decided short-term solutions and then long-term. In the short term, we addressed our road issues and the backlog of road issues. And then we realized, like other communities, I keep hearing that we're not New York and Chicago. Of course we're not New York and Chicago. But when you look at other communities with similar problems like ours, Charlotte has been mentioned many times. Phoenix has been mentioned many times. Salt Lake City, the very conservative state of Texas, has 3 cities, Dallas, Houston, and Austin, that have all implemented transportation programs. Austin's the last. They're working on theirs now. We've had the comment that, and I've heard it a number of times, look at Miami system. Miami system's commuter rail. I mean, I hate to get overly technical here. Miami is a commuter rail line. This is a light rail system. We're not the high-speed rail program either. We've been confused with that as well. This is a light rail line, and it's a part of an overall comprehensive plan. It is not the plan itself. There was a lot of concern about that, trying to convince people to ride something that they've never used before. This is a multimodal program to provide opportunities and choice. We looked at what other communities had done, where there had been success. Phoenix, in September of this last year, experienced record ridership, 40,000 riders a day. I personally was not going to support something that I felt was not financially feasible. It would have been easier to go for the ½ cent, but the ½ cent would not make it work. We had to go with the whole cent. We had to show the FTA and the federal government that we had a program that was sustainable, and that was a recommendation made to the task force. But we looked at, could we extend the CIT? What other steps could we take that might make this feasible? And the recommendation that came back after extensive analysis and study and a report from Hart was that we needed to move forward with the 1 cent, 1% increase in the sales tax. And so, recognizing that while other communities have 7.5% sales tax, and we currently have a 7, this will move us to 8, even with the tax increase, our sales tax will be lower than North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and other communities that move forward with a similar program. We still have a lower sales tax. We have a cap on our sales tax to protect those large ticket items like automobiles, where an individual might decide, you know what, it makes more sense for me to leave this county and go to another county. We recognize that. We're trying to protect the automobile dealer as well. I'm actually glad this is going to be a challenging sell. I want us to have this debate. I want us to debate it every day. I want the citizens to have the opportunity for the first time to actually vote on themselves. And I'll make the motion that we support this resolution and that we move forward so that we can have an ordinance come back as quickly as possible so that the public can then engage in a full discussion as well for the board. I know this is far from perfect, but I think that it's an excellent first start in recognizing that the mess that was made, we can't walk away from it.